Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Bears had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
To throw on 2nd down, Westbrook. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
To throw on 3rd down, Westbrook. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Now a handoff up the middle. T. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Westbrook. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Westbrook. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Here we go.
Off-play action. Westbrook. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll
under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Flush to his right. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. We're scoreless after 1. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Westbrook. He finds his man, complete. It's Miles. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Calling a gain of a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. It's like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Pulled in at the 24. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over first and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Got an open man, it's Foster. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jake Bailey now. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
On second down now, T, and they'll bring him down right around the 13. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Westbrook, they'll roll him out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Up the middle they go. T, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Bears will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Ready?
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rice, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Rice.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. They'll try the left side. Rice. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Switch it up here and look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Out to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Westbrook throwing the out route incomplete. That's Miles. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Off play action. Westbrook. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. Now a handoff up the middle. Teague.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on second down. Westbrook. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Called out a very strong gain of 24. Up the middle they go. Teague trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Westbrook. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now a give right side. It's Rice. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And some space here.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. And they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Westbrook under pressure. They got him again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
On first down, Rice. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rice, and he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On second down now, it's Rice. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Westbrook. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a handoff up the middle. T. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Westbrook throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Caught here by Conley. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, T. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Bears are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. At 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Come on.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have the Bears 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Now a give right side.
Rice. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, it's Rice. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that check. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Here's 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Complete at the 1. And he's going to come up short. The 2-point conversion attempt does not work. And as a result, it's going to cost him the ball game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll conserve whatever time he can as they'll opt to bring it out to the 25-yard line. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done. And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys,
We just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. They said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So for Chicago, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.